getting dicey.
It also just said getting dicey, getting dicey.
Yeah.
Chat's harassing me now. That's fair, actually.
It was a very verbose introduction.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
What's getting dicey is me trying to choose my new spell.
Are you still having a bit of a play with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so 8 hours pass and you've all woken up, leveled up. You're now all level 10, which is huge. You guys are powerful and strong. This is going to be awesome. I don't have any idea really what your plans are. I've got some vague ideas. But we're going to start with, obviously, it's the morning. American, you wake up. Bill, Morley, you all arise just as the tiny hut slowly starts breaking away and disappearing. American, are you going to... Oh, actually, American, while you were asleep, you had some further visions. It was of that hourglass. Do you remember that hourglass?
Yes.
It's the sands of that hourglass moving and changing colours just in your dreams. Just this vision of this hourglass passing sand really slowly, and the sand turning into different coloured flames. And you reach out to touch one of the coloured flames, and instead of burning, you slowly start disappearing into the flames, being sucked into the flames and disappearing. And you wake up startled from that.
Oh. Was it a bad feeling or like a neutral feeling?
No, not a bad, just a neutral feeling. It wasn't a nightmare. There was no sort of fear or terror involved with it. It was almost like a statement of fact. It felt very like statement of fact. Really weird.
Oh. Well. I've woken up. I've rolled the die, and I've woken up in spring actually.
Oh, nice.
So I'm feeling actually pretty good. It's a wonderful being out of that hideous place. So yeah. I had a very neutral dream. It felt like a statement of fact, and if I'm honest, don't know what it portends, neither weal nor woe, I should say. But I was sucked into a flame.
That doesn't sound very neutral.
That's what's surprising. It felt neutral, but I think it was in Strahd's castle, I think.
Really?
Yes.
Dreaming about Strahd's place. You've not been there, have you?
No. An hourglass suspended among a flame. The sands move through it slowly. I imagine it's some kind of mystical device of neutral flavor.
It doesn't sound very neutral the way you're describing it, but I'll go with you on this.
Well,
Morning.
Is this like a arrows don't kill people, people kill people kind of?
Yeah, like a gun
Is that
is
a thing?
technically neutral.
Technically, a crossbow is neutral. Technically, just a tool.
There must be.
You've woken up both feeling very political this morning, haven't you?
I'm feeling neutral, actually.
It was not sort of 12 hours ago you're trying to blast that fella to death.
That's
And I was
true,
there too, I
that's
was enjoying it.
Yes, I will rain hell upon his head. I promise this. How are you, Kasimir? You're looking very handsome this morning, if I must say so.
Well, it's very...
How's the skin?
It's very ironic that you're saying that because there's no response from Kasimir. He's on his bedroll, and he looks dead. He looks like he's been dead. He looks like he's been dead for years. His skin his skin is all withdrawn up around his teeth, and he's all grayed and wrinkled.
I take it back. He's not looking handsome at all.
Whatever you're into.
You know, like the skin is pulled back around his nails. He looks like a corpse.
Baron American share a penchant.
Very handsome.
Let's retcon that one. I'm gonna scream and rush over.
The moment you scream, he just sits bolt upright. I haven't changed his face, so we're still going to keep the same face. But he says, Mirakin, is everything okay? He almost kind of looks dead there anyway, to be honest, so that's all right.
No. Fetch a mirror for this poor man immediately. Do we have a mirror? I don't know if we have a mirror.
We can say you've got
Is
a
that
mirror
something
in
we'd
your...
carry?
You might have a
I feel like
small mirror in your pack, surely.
I'd have a mirrorkin.
I think Morley might have a mirror as well.
I do. I have one in my inventory. I'm gonna, with shaking hands, bring a mirror up to his face.
He is absolutely aghast. He doesn't. He thinks that it might be some kind of magical device you've handed him. He's turning it in his hands, and then he notices his hands, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's analyzing and feeling the dead skin around his face and his jawline, picking away at his fingers just delicately.
Stop picking.
You're right. This is horrible.
Kasimir, I'm so sorry, man.
No, this is
You've
not
been afflicted.
right.
I feel fine.
You don't look it, as you know.
He nods. I guess this was my payment.
Maybe
But you
there's something
feel
we can do.
fine. You feel absolutely like you could run a marathon.
I feel completely other than the fear of maybe losing some limbs. Morley, yes, I feel like I could run a marathon. I feel completely fine.
No, there must be something we can do. This is not right. Perhaps I could cast this greater restoration spell again.
I'm not really sure if that's how this works. I mean, you're welcome to try.
Is there anything Baron would do? Being a bit of an expert in this kind of thing.
What do we think the Baron? Because the Baron would be very taken in by this, I think.
I know he wanted to cast Gentle Repose. He asked about that before, but he needed to sleep on it to do it.
Right, and Gentle Repose is a thing that stops dead bodies from rotting or something. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's supposed to keep them kind of in the same state.
It's so,
and the idea is like you keep somebody in the same state until you can get them to a cleric or whoever to try to revive them if they've got weaker revival magic.
Yeah. So it's to make, and it also stops anything from becoming undead as well. I think the Baron would be very, very curious as to what has afflicted Kasimir.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you probably would try to cast that spell now.
Let's have a quick look at it. You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. And it lasts 10 days. So yeah, maybe he would. It only takes an action to cast. It's a second level necromancy.
I guess we'll see if it works, but we don't know if he's technically a corpse. We'll see if the spell does anything.
All it does is it stops the progression. So it won't get any worse over the next 10 days if it does anything at all.
Better late than never.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the Baron gets to work smoking a cigarette, making some patterns in the air with his cigarette smoke, and casts Gentle Repose. And Kasimir, he shrugs. He says, I guess we'll see if that does anything.
Do you feel different, so. Kasimir?
I hate to be a broken record, but I feel fine.
All right. Ask him. Christ.
This is quite disturbing.
Yeah, the fact that everything, like, I'm thinking clearly, I can see just fine. I can feel the cold. it's not like anything else has changed. Maybe it is just my appearance. Maybe that is the... maybe it's the opposite of what happened to our Bill here. And Bill, having just woken up in the morning, just looks stunning. Looks like he's been... just, from that gift from the Dark Ones. Looks like he hasn't needed a wink of sleep all night.
We certainly have gone in different directions, Kasimir. Not trying to be rude or anything.
Don't rub it in.
You do look freakishly good, Bill.
Why, thank you.
So, are we back to Vallaki? I'm concerned of how my people might, whether or not they'll accept me back in with the way that I look.
It wouldn't be your first stop anyway, would it? Weren't you gonna bring your sister back to?
Yes, yes, absolutely. If you are, if you are all willing to accompany me there, I don't have a plan. I didn't think that this would ever occur. I didn't think I would ever find the means to bring my sister back, and here I am now with the very power to do so, and all I can think now is how do we get into Strahd's castle?
Is that where your sister lays?
In the catacombs of Ravenloft, yes. I believe.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we need to get to Vallaki. We've got friends there that are expecting us to think we're dead, but we do intend to go to Ravenloft almost immediately following that.
I think the Baron might even suggest that Kasimir can kind of blend in with his skeleton warriors. Like, just pretend that you're part of my undead group, and no one in Vallaki will notice. It'll be fine.
Well, usually we try to conceal the skeleton warriors as well, to be honest, because they're quite freaky.
That is fair.
That is a good idea, though. Maybe if you sit close to them, either like inside if we can get some sort of place for them to be.
Yeah, we'll get him in like a Phantom of the Opera mask as well, and some gloves.
That is actually a great idea. If we can definitely do that.
Yeah, we'll stop by Blinsky's and get you a beautiful custom-made mask.
Well, Blinsky and beautifully made?
Not really compatible.
No, I'm not sure how that might go down. Is there anything you all wanted to get done before heading back down towards Vallaki?
I didn't have anything.
Okay.
After thinking about it for 2 weeks, but we did toy with the idea of having like a few like down day things to do.
Oh yeah, cool.
Cool. But we didn't really.
Whittling?
Yeah, we want to whittle some steaks.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I would like to try and do a divination to see if I can ask what Kasimir's fate will be, whether his body will hold up and for how long.
Okay. When did you want to do that?
Why not now?
Right, great. You're all standing in this guard tower with the wind whistling through. It's very cold. Snow is managing to find its way down now that you're out of Leonard's tiny hut. American, what are you wanting to ask? What are you wanting to have? How would you like to word this to the gods?
So the rule is you have a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So I will phrase it as to, will Kasimir's body still be functional for the next 7 days? I'm going to pick out a jewel from this crown we got from our undead friend and sprinkle it into the flames of the puff of incense.
Great. Yeah. twinkles and disappears, and you can hear in your mind, he's fine. He'll be just fine.
What? This god is so casual.
No
Fine.
way.
It's almost like the god can't even see like what is afflicting him. It's just there's no fear for Kasimir's well-being in regards to the affliction that is upon him.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
Mysterious indeed.
Yeah. You get the feeling that maybe just Kasimir, this is the feeling you're getting from the gods now, that Kasimir is just cursed to roam the rest of his life looking to others as he is the undead.
Oh my.
That's not such a bad curse, really, is it, for that power? That's
Yeah. Hard to get a
cosmetic.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
hard to get a shallow girlfriend.
Real ones would stick around.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pretty good one up at the Abbey.
Oh, and she's made of
Maybe
the same
alright.
stuff as well.
She'll probably be alright with them.
Hot as fuck, but like made out of old sack.
It's a
Probably.
real shame she's. It's a real shame she's betrothed. Kasimir. Tell you what, two of you, power couple.
Great. Anything else?
Great.
Is it back
Just
to
great.
Great.
I'm just gonna give Kasimir thumbs up. I think you're good. You're good.
He's still
fine.
he's still quite busy. Like, he's like rolling up his sleeves and taking a look at like the dead peeling skin and stuff. He's just like, he just says, I'm gonna have to be quite careful, I think.
You seem to be taking it on the chin. I'm rather impressed.
If upper lip.
American,
Oh,
if I felt any worse than I was, maybe it is a very strange feeling, American.
What if we sort of bandaged you up just to give a layer of protection and make sure your skin doesn't slough off?
I'll be honest, Bill. I was a bit worried about what the force of those the winds out there might do to my I don't know, my fingers, my skin. Maybe that is for the best.
It's gonna look like a mummy.
Should we?
I mean, you look good. He's not going out
nice-
the mood though. Why does he
a
need
nice,
the bandages?
a nice warm cloak. So he looks like a mummy.
I think Bill wants him to look like a mummy, to be honest.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's for protection. It's to make sure his fingers don't fall off in the biting,
Could you imagine
howling wind.
Could you imagine if like I got snagged on a tree or something?
I know, right?
Don't walk into a tree, you clumsy fucker.
No, I couldn't imagine such a thing ever happening to myself. But yes.
That is such a good in-character gag.
Oh, he's taking it so well. It's almost disturbing. But I'm happy for him.
I mean, he's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
Seems that.
yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Baron, is there a way to know if he's actually dead?
Yeah, I think the Baron would probably say that we could check him for his pulse. We can check to see if he has the typical vital signs, and he goes about doing some medical tests. Grabbing the mirror, putting it up in front of his mouth. He does indeed have breath, like it is heating up the mirror, steaming up the mirror. The pulse, while very, very faint, is still there. He still has a beating heart, working lungs. And something is seemingly keeping his organs alive in the lightest way.
okay.
So
And his mood is in tip-top shape.
yeah, yeah.
What a merry
He's-
band we are.
He's sprightly.
Yeah.
Well, shall we? To Vallaki we go.
Okay, great. American, you open up the skeletons unbolt the door and open up the door, and you step out. And you step out just to take a look at the surroundings, and again, it's just that howling wind and the wind flurry, the snow flurries. And just for a moment, all of that snow just slows down to a stop. And you freeze in place. And in front of you, through a shimmery twinkle, is the appearance of that familiar wheel, and out from behind the wheel steps a familiar face. Ah, fellow adventurers, it is nice to see you in this chilly area. How do you do? My name is Needle, he says as he introduces himself as if he's never met you before. There's a bit of a glazed look to his eyes, like he's not even really looking at you. He's just kind of looking in your general direction. I have either something very good or something very bad for you here, as I must give you this thing from the wheel. And he grabs the wheel and he spins it.
Needle.
He's acting very oddly, and you guys again frozen. You guys are frozen at this point. Okay, holy shit! This is okay. I'm gonna need a D20 from you three, and I will roll a D20 for the Baron. This is
the sound of that.
This is a very good. You want to get the highest number. Who's got the highest number?
Uh-oh.
Baron's got an 8.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 10.
All very low rolls at the moment.
Who rolled a 14? I'm seeing a 14.
Oh, you rolled double. You rolled a 3 and then a 14.
Oh.
Adam with a roll of a 10. You rolled the highest. Needle, when he sees the wheel slowly...
Joe's 3 was a D4.
Ah, yes.
Her D20 roll was a 14.
Sorry, that was yours, Joe. That was yours.
I was confused.
That's fine.
We'll take your first roll.
The wheel comes to a stop, and the part of the wheel that it lands on, it just says Foresight of Needle written on that part of it, and Needle says, "Oh, this is very good, and I get a sense that you, my fair elven lady, are the winner of this round." And he walks up to you frozen in place, and he places his hand on your forehead. Until your next long rest, every single roll is at advantage. Every single roll until your next long rest.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go get in a battle.
I was thinking we should take another long rest. You can never get to me.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like this would have been great in a temple. But
let's conserve that long rest.
Yeah. So American, that comes with a feeling of just confidence. Needle with his furry little paw placed on your forehead.
Aww.
It feels warm, and it just that warmth from his paw just radiates through you, and it just makes you so confident about the day. You feel like nothing you do today, like nothing could go wrong for you. And Needle moves his hand off your forehead, his paw off your forehead, moves back to the wheel, pushes it through this shimmery visage behind it, and he says, "And with that I bid you adieu," and steps in, and it disappears. And the snow picks up again and blasts you with its cold. But there was definitely something different about Needle. He clearly didn't recognize you lot. And as I mentioned, it was more looking through you than at you.
Ooh, weird.
Well, he's come right.
That was weirder than normal for Needle.
I mean, the last time you saw him, he was beaten black and blue in this darkness behind the wheel. So this is quite strange, quite a difference.
Well, how are we meant to help him when time always pauses? Surely there's something we can do.
Well, you'll be doing it at advantage. So
I've got nothing.
Great, and Kasimir steps up, looks at the wall in front of you to the south with the frozen revenants at the portcullis, and says, "Oh well, should we get going?" And he touches each of you, kaboosh, 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 and makes each of you be able to fly. He uses the fly spell one at a time, obviously, to get you over, not all at once. Just we're trying to speed things along. Unless you guys want to roll for like climbing up ropes and yeah, that kind of thing.
Well, I do. I'll roll 2 ones or something. No guarantee.
And that starts your long trek back down Mount Gakis. Now, there's only really one thing of note on the way back down this mountain, and that was some footsteps that you kind of ignored at one point on your way up. You're welcome to ignore it back on your way back down as well, if we want to expedite it. The whole journey to the bottom of Mount Gakis is going to take you a good part of the day. The full return to Vallaki will see you back at Vallaki by quite late, maybe might be 9 or 10 o'clock. So it is going to be a quick...
Just in time for another long rest.
It is going to unfortunately be a very quick
oh god
time skip.
Do you want to investigate
that's
everything
great.
you see, American? Maybe you should just investigate literally every snowflake you come across.
Yeah. What are some ways that you think Mirror could utilize her new confidence and powers on the way down this mountain and on her ways back to Vallaki?
I don't know, we're just traveling. I'm
Do you have to roll
loved by
for
all.
the divination at all? Like, do you have to roll for like the accuracy of prediction or for foretelling?
No.
Just checking.
Cool.
All right, let's get the fuck back to Vallaki. All right.
Cool. Great stuff.
Thanks, Nato. You're the best.
I mean, it's a pretty badass thing that he's given. It's just the timing's not the greatest.
It's like a non-fungible trident.
Also, no one's saying that you need to sleep at the end of this night either. You know, you guys have all had a long rest, and your HP and spell slots are all rejuvenated.
True. We should get back to Vallaki, go to the church at night, and then catch up with Izzy and Irena.
By all means, you could even just end the sort of like just get a short rest in there if there's anything that you needed to do.
Yeah.
But there's nothing saying that you have to take that long rest.
How do the exhaustion rules work? Does it, like, if you skip long rests, don't you have exhaustion or something?
Yes. Which, if we bring up some of that information, you'd get 1 level of exhaustion gives you a disadvantage on ability checks.
So I could skip my sleep so that I get a mild advantage on some things. I'll take it.
But hang on, everyone else gets debuffed.
Wait a second.
No, they can sleep. I'll just stay up all night drinking coffee and must not sleep. Must not lose
Just you.
advantage on some rolls.
Time stops. Needle shows up and says, "Oh, did I say 1? Your next long rest? I meant 2. Ooh, Needle sometimes makes mistakes. Goodbye," and disappears. So
That's kind.
What a stroke of luck.
So there you go. You're good to go for a long rest back in Vallaki. Anyway, you make your way down. It's just as terrifying as it was on the journey up. Some of those perilous areas where it really is, the footing is only as wide as your feet, where you've all tied yourselves into rope and making sure that none of you fall. American, you saved the day multiple times with your amazing new talents. Bill, you look fantastic the entire time. Like the wind and the snow isn't able to like disturb a single hair on your head. You just look look. In fact, any snow that does accumulate only serves to make you look even better and badder. So just fantastic. Kasimir is really keeping himself away from the elements as much as possible, and he snags himself on a branch, which isn't great for his one of his arms. But thankfully, and Morley did some cool jumps and stuff at certain points.
Oh, cool! I thought he would. That's where he'd be doing it in an icy ravine.
You all are just amazing heroes heading down from the Amber Temple. By the way, you're all very confident. You've got knowledge of how to beat Strahd now. You've got this. American's just feeling super confident in her own abilities right now. Everyone's feeling, other than even Kasimir's feeling fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
I'm fine.
And 8 hours, 10 hours pass as you get down to the bottom of Mount Gakis, and you find after how many nights have you guys been up there? 4 days? 5 days? The horses and your carriage down here, your horses are not looking great. They've been eating bits and pieces of what they could find to keep themselves going, but they are looking a little emaciated at this point.
God.
We're monsters. Back down to reality.
Animal cruelty.
Can I feed good... I'm going to feed good berries to the horses.
They gain 1 HP.
And they're full for the day.
Oh, yeah, they get full for the day. Yeah, so they feel great. They're still emaciated, but they feel great.
It gives them one... It says a berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Yeah,
so at least they can have something.
Yeah, they're feeling sustained.
But I feel terrible for them.
That's
American's going to be fussing over them the whole time.
Can you conjure up a carrot or 4, American? Is that within your realm?
I tell you what, with a good roll, American, you might be able to find some good shit around these parts of the forest.
Yeah, I'll do a survival roll. And I also, actually, now that we're down here, I did want to try and find some ingredients to make potions for the party.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. We can do that with advantage. But 26.
Rolled a survival with advantage.
Why don't you?
What is that? 18 plus 8.
Why don't you tell me what you found, American?
I just struck back into our campsite with bushels of nutritious things.
Okay, great.
And smelly
Bushels,
herbs of various types. Yes.
Oh, good.
Bushels.
Yes, lovely.
Yes.
A thicket, maybe as well.
I've got a whole thicket full of foraged goods here.
See, that's how
thicket of carrots.
We can. I think at this, so you guys have, are you just traveling from here back to Vallaki? It's probably going to be another 4 hours, 3 hours, I think, on horse and carriage there to get you back to the village of Vallaki. And I think previously the skeletons would be walking alongside the carriage while everyone else was inside. Is that still?
Yes.
Yeah. Just jogging.
Yeah.
Because I don't get tired. Kasimir, can I just test something? Hope you don't mind. I hope this is not rude.
Could you? Sure.
Could you jog alongside the carriage for a bit? I just want to see if you get tired.
Like he's clearly puffing from the 10-hour trek down this thing.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So he
Yeah,
doesn't have
so I won't ask him.
No. He's definitely feeling the burn from the whole day of
you
trekking.
rest up. You rest up, mate.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah, American keeps glancing over at him and just can't quite hide the horror and the heartbreak of seeing him like that. It's putting a damper on her great day.
I'm sure he feels sorry that you're being affected like this, American.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh, gross. No, she's being empathetic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard.
Um,
So we're going to trek to Vallaki and arrive there at midnight. Is that about what you're saying?
yeah, it's gonna be around about midnight by the time you get back.
Wow. I hope the gates are open.
yeah, good point. Well, we might be there waiting for you.
We might meet your old mate, Morley.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not go there. Irina was fine. She's good. I'm okay if I never see her again. To Ravenloft we go.
Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention, on the journey down from Mount Gakis, there were 2 other frozen solid armed revenants, as if they had also tried to make their way up and froze to death on their journey up.
Wow.
2 others.
Yeah.
Wait, so if they froze to death, they will be reincarnated, or are they just frozen in time because they can't move?
I mean, just because they inhabit like a human body, as soon as that body is, they can die, and when they die, that they come back to life in another body. So they very much, it's clear that in that time that they froze, they had enough time to reincarnate and start their way back up the hill again. Gosh. This time not getting as far.
And they're dead. They are dead.
Yeah. The bodies were completely frozen.
There's going to be fresh ones coming after us now.
This wasn't a bonus at all. It was a curse, if anything.
No.
I mean, it was about the same. Except we don't have to... They're not there right now, so...
And you've left some very cool ice sculptures on the way up to Mount Gakis as well.
When I realise this, I want to ask everyone for a moment to cast Commune with Nature to see if there are any within 3 miles of us currently.
Whereabouts on your journey do you want to ask that? So your journey heads north up to the... God, all I know of it now is the Felcher Woods. That's it. That's all I know it as.
Up to never the Felcher Woods. It was Old Felcher Road.
Old Felcher Road, right. Right, which was part of the Svellich Woods. Thank you, the Svellich Woods. Your journey leads you north up to the Svellich Woods, which is downhill the entire way, and then east across through the Svellich Woods back to Vallaki. So whereabouts on that would you like to cast that?
I suppose I'll do it once we reach Vallaki, just to see if they're pursuing us and going to interrupt us when we're staying in the city.
Okay, cool. All right, we can do that at some point.
Yeah, you guys have to help me.
I
can gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of our choice. So we can find undead, powerful undead, but we can also find other things like people and buildings and all sorts of terrain.
We should find out where Esmeralda is.
Yeah, it says, I'm guessing it doesn't let you find a specific person, just peoples, it says. I'm guessing that they're like, there's a tribe a mile north or whatever, right?
Really?
That's the sound it makes when you sense it.
Yeah, it's more about if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to see which sort of direction you might be wanting to head in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since I get 3, my first question will be for the powerful undead. Yeah, like that. My second question is going to be for sensing powerful plants to make potions from.
Okay.
And my third question...
It's been badass gypsies.
Are there any badass gypsies?
What about werewolves?
I don't know if they're undead or not, but it doesn't say... Well, that would be a people, right? It's very vague.
They're both. What would we put that under? Let me just take a quick look. Nice nighttime sounds happening as well. They're known as shape changers. They're similar to the were ravens. They're shape changers. So they're people or humanoids. Human shape changers. I'd classify them as. So if you're looking for people,
are we considering werewolves a people? We'll
yes.
sense the location if they're within 3 miles of Vallaki. Now you have to figure out how far things are away.
No, that's easy enough. That's
oh, good.
That's easy enough. So, are you going to do that? Do we want to get into Vallaki and sort of see what's happening there before we do it, or do you want to do it like on the bridge as you near Vallaki? Because you now see that bridge rolling up in front of you, in front of the carriage.
Let's do it on the bridge.
Okay. So can you please once more just tell me what those 3 things are?
Okay, the first thing we're looking for is to sense the powerful undead to see if we can figure out where the revenants are if they're coming towards us. Within 3 miles.
Up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. So if you say you want to know about undead, it'll just tell you... Powerful undead. It'll just tell you within 3 miles. I'm just having a quick scan about what sort of distance that gives.
Yeah.
There doesn't... Well, shoot, I need to...
Why am I spell so admin-y?
There are some powerful undead within 3 miles from you, and the direction that you get a feeling for the direction, right, and how far away it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of to the south, quite south from where you are, is where Argynvost's mansion was, where the revenants originally were, but there was also the Argynvost's right-hand man that I believe Bill spoke to. So he's a very powerful undead.
Right. Yes.
Other than that direction, you're not picking up anything, any other powerful undead.
Right. So the ones that stalk us do not appear to be within 3 miles.
Just checking in all directions here, but I think that is that covered. Yeah. No, that's it. I don't want to confuse matters. We're going with powerful undead here.
Since I get 3, I just got some bonus ones.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna get the location of powerful herbs for potions, and if they're on the way, I'll grab them.
Sure. You're
heading downtime.
You're heading into Vallaki, and it looks like there is some sort of the forest leading into Vallaki is a little thinner than the Svalich Woods. You know how like the Svalich Woods you can barely get into them just because of how thick with trees and shrubs. The forest, just as you enter into Vallaki here on the western side of Vallaki, it's a little thinner. You can get in. You can sense a lot of powerful plant life in there.
Okay, I'm going to go get those. But what was the third one, guys?
What was the original one you wanted to do?
It was mainly the undead, because I'm worried about the revenants stalking us.
Yeah.
And then we were going to sense werewolves. That's what it was.
Werewolves?
Yeah, you could do
3 miles.
werewolves or Vistani.
Which one are you going to do?
I feel like we kind of know where the Vistani are, though.
Let's do werewolves and see if there are any within 3 miles. Because it's
Is
still
there no way to determine where Esmeralda is? Because we are specifically looking for her, aren't we?
No, that would take a different spell, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
My spells are very annoyingly kind of, what's the word? Specific.
So there's no specific thing that asks about werewolves specifically. You can just ask about peoples.
Yeah.
So where there are large groupings of people, just where people are. So obviously over to the east, there's a lot of, you're getting a lot of feeling of people from the east. That's where Vallaki is. That's an obvious one. But you do get over to the west and the north, sort of the northwest area, back towards Lake Baratok. There are small clumps of people within the forests and around Lake Baratok. And you know that is kind of up and around where you know werewolves to be.
Okay, so yeah. It's still in the back of my mind. I was worried about them kidnapping children.
All right. And the horse and carriage continues east towards Vallaki. And as expected, Morley, the gates are closed. But there is a familiar face, which I had completely forgotten to prepare, but it only makes sense that he is there. So let me just call on...
Adam's on the brink right now.
Where are we? Oh my goodness, no, is it them? Is it them? And he's looking out towards you in the carriage. And he's shocked and he's excited and he's opening up the gates for you all. You were all believed dead. I can't believe this. Everyone's going to be so happy to see you. Oh my gosh.
Bill is hanging out the side of the carriage with a winning smile, just winking and waving it very quickly.
There's like
the city.
There's a moment where Greg doesn't know if he needs to like get on his hands and knees or not. Like he's never experienced being in front of someone that's commanding so much power and charm over him. And he doesn't know what to do, and he just like salutes you. He just like salutes you as you pass. But he is absolutely frothing with excitement to see you lot.
Eddie's Greg.
Oh, thank you so much, Bill. Sir Bill, is that right, Sir Bill? You guys have been gone for near on a week. We all thought you'd died or something. Oh, is Molly in there? Molly, are you in there, Molly? It's your friend Greg. You're okay in there, Molly? Bill? Is Molly okay?
Greg, we're very tired. We've been traveling a long time.
Right. Yes, it's been like 7 days. No one's heard.
It has. We must be on our way.
Hide nor hair of the. Oh my gosh.
No, we know we've been away. We don't need.
No, we can stay to chat a little while, surely.
Oh, American, what are you doing? I'm gonna
he's
nudge American
charming.
in the ribs.
Oh, I don't mean to be a downer or nothing, but they'd started digging a memorial plot for you. There was just the assumption, we've seen so many people come in and claim to be able to have gotten rid of Strahd and end up dead, and we thought that was... you've gone somewhere no one has returned.
How do you know where we've been?
Well, Morley, someone had to be looking after Irina, so she told me what you lot were up to.
You've been with Irina, have you?
Oh, watch out! Oh, competition, Molly.
Oh, you don't have anything to worry about with old Greg. Look at me.
Sorry?
Look at me. You've got nothing to worry about here.
Anything to worry about?
I'd be worried about that fine specimen sitting next to you on the carriage there. Bill, I don't know what's happened to you, but you are a very beautiful man.
Always was, Greg. Always was.
All right, it's been a lovely reunion. Let's be on our way. I'm very keen to see Irina.
Tell your friends, Greg.
Oh, I'll send word to Danica down at the tavern. Let her know that you guys are all right. Is that good?
Yep.
Morley, you're okay with that?
Yes. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. By the morning, Lord, get out of the way of the carriage. I've stared death in the fucking face, man.
Oh, someone's cranky.
All right, you guys, come on in and I'll get these gates shut up behind you.
Thank you.
He steps out of the way, lets the carriage come through, and he's fixing it. But he's doing it with like pep. He's excited. He's fumbling with the locks and getting it. He's just bursting. He's so excited. He sort of runs off down the street like clapping his hands.
That's so cute. He's so wholesome.
I guess he's clapping his hands now.
He's mentally 11, maybe. It's cute, though.
American, why do you humour him?
Oh, I just thought he was being quite cute, quite charming. Had a good day.
Am I the only one who's forgotten what we've been through? A harrowing, near-death experience. And we want to stay and talk to this knobhead.
I mean, he's a good sort.
Oh, you're just saying that because he was all over you like a cheap suit. A cheap tunic.
A cheap tunic. Oh, go on. Let's go get you something hot to eat, Morley. I think you need something in your stomach that's more than a good berry.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. You guys continue down. It's not too far, as you guys are aware. The church is actually quite close to these western gates, and no one's up. But there's a few candles being lit as excited Greg is making a bit of noise as he makes his way into the heart of Vallaki. And there are some people that are opening their windows, opening the shutters of their windows, taking a look out and like wide-eyed and gasping at the sight of your return. And it's there's a certain liveliness and hum to the little bit of attention that you're getting. And some people are sort of like they're like, yeah, like punching the air as they see you coming through. It's all very low key considering it is midnight. And
This is cute.
You all end up outside the church.
Molly leaps off the carriage immediately and strides right up to the doors and just bang, bang, bang on the doors.
You hear a familiar voice from inside. 1 minute, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. And the door opens up, and Ismark is like adjusting his pants, but tying his pants off. And because he doesn't have a zipper, so he's just tying his pants. He's tying his sausage.
And he's in his night pantaloons.
Scandalous.
He's shocked at seeing you in the doorway. His normal cocky smile and arrogant kind of means of talking just disappears as he looks at you and just says, Molly. And he looks over your shoulder and sees the Baron and Mirakin and Bill standing behind you, and all of you looking rather worn from your journeys, except for Bill. Looks amazing. Your
cape's just flying behind them.
there's not a breeze, but it's still flowing like there is. You're all alive. And he
was never in doubt, Ismark.
And he turns to look over his shoulder. Irina, it's Morley. It's Mirakin. They're all here. And Irina just comes running down, stops maybe 10 feet from the doorframe in shock as she sees you all in the doorway and beyond. And tears start rolling down her face as she just comes running through and almost knocks Morley off his feet in an embrace. And she is just squeezing you so tightly, Morley.
I'll give her a hug back. And just...
That's very nice of you. I'll give her one.
No, I've taken my head off. Nice. What more do you want? I'll just give her a hug and I'll just sort of quietly keep saying, "We're okay. We're okay." And
she pulls her face away from you for a bit and grabs your hand, your head in her hands, and she's got tears just flowing down her face, and she just kisses you. She just grabs your face and just leans in and just gives you not that kind of kiss. Just oh, she's repulsed. She goes to bed.
Oh God.
And yeah, she's so happy to see all of you, and she grabs you by the hand, Morley, and leads you into the church, and she steps back out towards the others and she's just so happy to see you. She doesn't want to let go of Morley's hand, but she does, just for a bit. She darts outside and she gives Mirakin an enormous hug. And she gives Bill also a hug, but she stops and looks up at him. Just like, you're better looking than you. Anyway, back to the hug. and then over to the Baron as...
Good to see you too, Arena.
Over to the Baron as well.
All right. Stupid to think the minute Bill says anything. God,
I thought Molly was going to do an officer and a gentleman like walk out, scoop her up.
And she's so eager to get you all back into the church. I need to know what happened. We all thought you were dead. And she turns back to Morley and runs back and clasps his hand and leads you all back into the church. The skeletons at the Baron's command take up defense at the doorway. And Kasimir, looking like death, walks into the church as well.
I feel like we'd give them a warning before he just strolls in nonchalantly looking like a zombie.
Trigger warning.
Like, Kasimir, it's been so long. I'm like, do they know Kasimir? Have they met Kasimir?
I don't think they have.
No, I don't think they have at all. I think I'm trying to remember. Was Ismark was there with Irina when you chased the Vistani to get back the Sunblade, right? Or was he not? Or they had already been?
No, I feel like he was.
I think they had already camped up at the church at that point, because you originally left them there to go meet up with Kasimir, and then you went back to the thing and went after the Sunblade, and then went back up Mount Gakis. So I don't know if they've had a chance to really learn much about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll take the chance to introduce them thoroughly to Kasimir.
What the hell is that?
That's rather rude.
Is his name Donovich?
Lucian.
Lucian, sorry. You reminded me of another old man. He's very sensitive about what's happened to him. Have you heard
he
of?
Is.
He's not that sensitive.
I'm fine.
I mean, bit rude.
I think we're all like more sensitive on his behalf than he is.
Yeah.
He knows he looks like a complete freak.
This is our friend Kasimir.
And Kasimir sort of introduces himself to each Ismark, Irina, Lucian. He doesn't offer his hand because he's very aware of the delicate nature of who he is now, and he explains this group here is the group we've all been waiting for. We thought we'd be under Strahd's control, under his spell, for our entire lifetimes and beyond. The way that we all get trapped here in Barovia. This group has given me the ability to see past this place. I believe that they are the answer to all of this. They have helped me obtain what I needed, and it has come with this as a cost. And he rolls up his sleeves and he lifts up his hands and just shows the damage. Not that it's clearly visible on his face as well, and we've met beings that have given them the knowledge I believe that they need to take out Strahd.
He just looks at Irina.
So, what next, then? Is there anything that we can do to help? Or is it just you lot?
Well,
We've been through great peril and great danger. We almost died up there many times. I fear if we bring either of you into the reach of Strahd, you may be in grave danger. What do we all think?
I agree. I don't think we want to put any of you at risk.
Has he been here in the time that we've been away? Has he made an approach on the church?
There have been multiple attacks on Barovia in general, Morley. We've had numerous of his armies attacking. It feels like they're just trying to weaken us, try and keep us exhausted. There hasn't been a means to try and take out the village. But as the days passed, it lessened and lessened. I'm not sure if... I think that was what made us all believe that you had all perished. So,
sorry to hear that.
You guys gained enough power, you believe, to take on Strahd. The last man that tried brought an army behind him and still failed. And you're feeling confident?
I wouldn't say confident, no.
Yeah, I think Kasimir's oversold it a little bit, but we've certainly gained powers that we thought were once beyond our reach, and knowledge that will doubtless help in our quest to take out the bastard Strahd.
Dare I ask, do you need an army as well?
Wouldn't say no to one.
Yeah, have you got one lying around, have you?
I'll be honest, I think once word gets out that you're alive, I think there's going to be a certain group of people that will be invigorated by this news.
Can I confer with my colleagues for a second here?
Bill, with that look in your eye, you can do whatever you damn well please.
Ooh.
Didn't know that about you. Let's revisit later.
Ooh, another love story.
Do we really want to put a militia in line with Strahd's armies? I mean, it's all lives. We do.
Well, Bill, timing is everything. I'm not saying we just send hordes of people to their death, but what I am saying is when the time comes, and I don't believe the time is now, but very soon, we should take all available help, because we'll need it, Bill. Mighty as we are, we will need help.
I agree.
Don't doubt that. I just wonder if there's another way. If we don't have to directly engage his forces, maybe we could save a lot of lives.
What do you propose?
Well, we sneak into Ravenloft instead of frontal assault.
Well, we're just going for dinner first, aren't we? As a bit of a recce.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we bring the army with us now.
Kasimir leans over to you, Mirakin. Are you going to give Ismark his invitation, or are you keeping that under wraps?
I cannot hide the truth from a good man such as Ismark. We have something for you, my dear Ismark.
For me?
Yes. I dramatically flourish this letter. And I'm going to say, Strahd's minion, Rahadin, a merciless killer of many elven women, had this on his person.
And he takes it from you and opens it up, pulls out the letter and just silently reads it. He's invited me for dinner with you?
Yes.
We were invited a while ago, but we haven't taken him up on that yet. And this letter was recovered from his minion, his dog's body, as he flee.
What do you think Strahd wants with me?
Well, your sister, I'd say. Strahrd's influence through you to get to Irina.
That makes sense.
I'm fearful that he would try to use you as a bargaining chip, capture you, perhaps hold you hostage to play on the heartstrings of poor Irina.
The other thing, Ismark, that we must consider is that what if these invitations are a ploy to draw us all away from Irina, leaving him free to walk in here or come down here without her nearest and dearest to protect her?
Well,
we've seen things.
She'll be safe here. Morley, she's been safe here for the last week, and she'll be safe here for many more weeks on top of that. You can mark my words, Morley.
Right. It's not that I don't trust you, but do you remember the bones?
Well, it sounds like you don't trust me.
do you remember the bones?
Ixnay on the bones.
Ixnay on the own base.
Own base.
Just straight up bones. Ixnay on the bones.
He didn't even get doesn't quite get it.
I love how he's still he was the worst kept secret in fucking Vallaki, and he's still like, people don't know.
Yes, they're still here, keeping us all safe.
I know they're here now after we recovered them, but all I'm saying is, whilst this church is a very safe place indeed, very safe, it is not impenetrable, and the people closest to you can be manipulated by him.
I understand. I get your concerns, Molly, but
good.
No, I understand. I understand.
Good.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Good. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it's like to win an argument.
We find ourselves in a delicate situation. Should Ismark accompany us or not? Surely there's a reason, but I cannot imagine it would be anything innocent.
And the door opens.
Is the invite just for Ismark?
That, like, you all received your own individual invites. Yeah, so that one was specifically just Irina. For... No.
Unlucky. Look at it like, unlucky.
What could it mean? What could he want?
I have a plan, but it's gonna sound ludicrous when I voice it.
I'm ready.
Molly's like, let's go to bed, Irina.
Maybe Strahd.
Irina.
Let's get married and consummate the relationship, and then what else could he possibly do?
That's it. No, genuinely, that's it. If I marry Irina, then Strahd can't
consummate it.
Well, if that's part of it. But if we were to be wed, then any wedding by Strahd would be illegitimate, surely. And we've got a priest right here who could perform the ceremony in secret.
It's flawless.
Oh.
I mean, you know, you can totally marry widows though, so that's fine.
What? Oh, I see what you're saying. but that's why we keep the wedding secret. So he tries to have he seems like the sort to obey the law.
I can just imagine when they finally get to the wedding, like he's finally managed to somehow get Irina, and they go to do the thing, and they go, oh, actually, Irina's already married. Yeah, that's gonna matter.
God damn it! He's gonna storm out of this ceremony, never to be seen again.
Or forever hold your peace. Well, actually,
the marriage license. Dun dun dun, and then he kills me immediately. On we go.
First of all, was that your plan?
No, my plan was much worse. That was good. That was good. That was good in comparison to my plan. My plan was going to be: I have a spell, disguise self. I could disguise myself as Irene and go to the dinner, and he wouldn't know until we were in bed, and then and then I could pull out my son's sword, and it's no euphemism, and deal to him with it.
I feel like Strahd would be up for anything. I think he'd be up for whatever. He'd be like, okay.
Well, so okay. Now, what I should have done is read the spell first. But is disguise spell just like a disguise self?
Have a read.
To hold up to physical inspection. Okay, that's a downer. It's going to put a real pin in the plan. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hello, Strahd. It's me, the object of your desires.
And I've changed my mind.
Let's have sexual intercourse in the dark room immediately.
So the plan is to go for dinner with Strahd then?
Looks like it.
We go.
Anyone
But
else got anything better?
do we take Ismark or not? I am fearful for Ismark's safety.
I think if we are going to rally the townsfolk, I feel like Ismark would be a strong leader for them, and I suggest he stay back at least for that.
What do you think, Ismark?
I think that your only means to defeat Strahd will be with an army of some kind. I know you've already got intentions to return Argynvost's soldiers, I believe. Is that
was
right?
there a bloody newspaper put out about every conversation we've already had?
I can't remember if I was there or not, if I'm being honest, Morley.
Just go with it, Morley. We don't have to
know a lot about it.
Bill wrote home and sent a letter.
Yeah. Let's just
We are trying to return the skull of Argynvost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll assume we've told him everything that we want him to know.
Oh, okay. Yes, you do know that we have intentions of returning the skull of Argynvost.
So if you have them on your side and you have the villagers on your side, and then the door opens up to the church, and you're not going anywhere without me either. As Esmeralda enters the church behind you all.
Oh my god, it's like a bloody reunion here.
And we'll take our 5-minute break. Well, probably going to be longer than a 5-minute break since we're going to do the giveaway and such. And it's always longer than 5 minutes, so that's
Wow.
Gosh, you've got the whole crew.
Oh, can we please walk up the driveway? I'm sure he has a driveway to Ravenloft, kind of like Reservoir Dogs.
do. Yeah, great. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. How's it been going so far? You saw Needle? Needle's back.
But a bit fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what we're meant to do to learn anything. It's like time's paused, so we can't really do anything.
Well, then, every time something different happened. So we'll be turning back on the counter actually, and it looks like it's pretty close for Needle to return at some point when I've brought up that the counter. So maybe I should probably reset that. Let me just give that a reset since he has just shown up. To the cries and screams of everybody watching who probably wanted to have it. Or do we want to? Do we just want to have it so he can show up again pretty soon?
Pretty soon.
Thoughts, prayers? What do we want? Let's leave it as is. And that way that'll encourage people to subscribe right now, because we're going to have our giveaway for anyone who is a current subscriber or a Patreon supporter. So what we're going to do is we're going to put your name on a little wheel that we're going to spin. And Needle's wheel. And if you're here watching and you're a supporter of either a Patreon or Twitch, then you'll be on the list. So I'm just going to get a list of... Talk amongst yourselves while I just grab the list of people's names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we think Strahd has like an army in the traditional sense, or do we think he just? Because last time didn't he just come down and fuck everyone up by himself?
Oh, he'll have
I think he had an
hordes of like undead, and he also doesn't he have kind of some weird domain over the werewolves of Barovia?
Yeah, like they have worked for him.
And he has, he's sent vampire spawn, he's sent werewolves, he's sent a bunch of different creatures to try and mess with you guys.
I think we should rally an army against him. Because it's epic shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be farmers with pitchforks and torches and stuff.
No, there's gonna be like guards and stuff too. Like, it's not just gonna be like civilian army.
True, Greg will be there.
Yeah.
And he should be on the front line. Actually, I think he's brave enough. I've always rated him. He's the type of guy that would just put himself in harm's way for others, isn't he?
Yeah, it's true.
I just want to see Greg like fucking carving through an army, like King Leonidas at the gates of Thermopylae, just fucking slaying left and right.
Maybe this is where the prophecy about that simpleton kid comes in. I can imagine him carving up on a battlefield just with dumb strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Are you? Have I said something wrong?
No, I think you're right. You're right. He's a moron, and his only contribution to this world can be his enormous girth.
Do not put words in my mouth. I'm sure he contains multitudes. I'm trying to find his name. What's his name?
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
He prefers Perry, he told me.
He was in
his name was Periwinkle.
He definitely has the same energy.
Yeah.
I've got it. He's like right at the start of my notes. It says he is strong in body but weak in mind.
And
what is the significance? We went and hunted him down.
He's
for
a unit.
There's been quite a lot of chat in the play around the channel about Periwinkle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what we talk about.
Should we go and try again? We did try. Nothing happened.
I want you to know that I have something written down in my notes in regards to that. I have something written down in my notes for that.
That's very helpful.
Wait. Do you remember last time, Bill, you were so close to convincing the uncle, but now you are just a charisma machine. You walk in the front door, you say, your nephew, he's coming with us, all right? He'll be like, oh, absolutely.
You know what? We should have asked him about his mother, because I've got here that he in the prophecy he was told to be a mother's boy. So I'm like, well, where is his mother? Is his mother deceased? Do we need to ask about the mother to gain insight on this young man?
Did we find out that's why he's with his uncle?
I think the parents were dead.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
He basically is Bruce Wayne, yeah.
I'm Periwinkle.
I don't even have any notes about him.
I've
sworn to me.
Where is she?
Bring that guy
out. I've got all the names ready for the giveaway. Should we do
the giveaway?
Should we do a drum roll? Let's do a drum roll. Okay, I've got quite a few names, so if they're not here, we're just going to keep spinning it. So we're spinning. Should I make that visible to people? Can I make it visible to people?
And the winner of the Getting Dicey merch giveaway 2022 is.
I don't think this person's here.
Roll again.
It's Shannon.
Give them a chance. Boobaster. The name's not in the list of who's watching.
On to the next one.
You've got like 3 seconds to tell me that you're there. We'll remove you from the list. I don't think you're there. Okay, let's spin again. I reckon we're going to spin it like 40 times.
No.
Okay.
And the second winner, because the first winner was unavailable, of the Getting Dicey 2022 merch giveaway is...
Oh, someone... Oh, he's going to be kicking himself because he's on his first day at the new job. It would have been QSD.
No.
I legitimately feel bad for him. If he could show up right now, that would be great. But he's, to be honest,
I'll
get
him a beanie.
I did say we were going to give it to people who were there on the day. QSD, I'm so sorry.
For people who are not in the Discord, QSD's all over that shit. Like,
yeah,
always talking about it all the time. He needs to tell us ahead of time. I'm quite happy to get him a beanie.
He's one of our biggest supporters. He's always talking away in the Discord and stuff. He's much a big part of the Getting Dicey community.
He's just been on a big cruise.
The next one.
Poor bloke.
The next person, M. Burness, normally shows up about this time.
Okay, next.
But
Why don't you look at the list of people who's watching and just put your finger on someone?
Where's the fun in that? Because sometimes the list of who's there isn't actually accurate. So I'm trying to... That's why I'm giving them a little bit of a chance to call it. I did say we're going to do this like 40 times. That's all right. Then we get straight back into it. Or we just do this until 10 o'clock.
And the seventh winner is Pierce Brosnan.
I might have to do what you said and just take a look at who's here, I think.
Just keep going. Just do it fast.
Everlasting Faye is not here.
Yeah. Just keep going.
I'm happy to. I'm happy.
Hold on. Who are all these people that are giving us money and they're not watching?
Well, they're just not here right now. That doesn't,
All right, next.
Does Twitch have a know your customer kind of anti-money laundering thing? We should probably look into that.
Oh, another person. Oh, wait. No, it's gone past. Super Smoses, I believe, also not here. Congratulations. If you were here, that would definitely be yours. But you're definitely not.
We're running some sort of scam with all these people like giving us money and then not watching.
For anyone watching who's not currently subscribed, you've got time. Just get your name added to the list. You've absolutely got time. I didn't take myself off the list, and I think... Oh no, okay, it's just gone past me. I'll take myself off the list. Swords Comic, great guy, not here right now.
So good.
Would have had a very nice piece of merch of your choice, but I'll get rid of that on the list. Let's go one more.
Just keep going.
I'm doing it.
You're making it take too long. Just go rapid fire, man.
I gotta wait for the wheel to spin. Doing everyone's watching.
And give them a couple of seconds to respond as well.
Nah.
Just in case.
George Frere? Is it George Frere? Is it Drop Shadow? It's Drop Shadow, and he is here. Drop Shadow.
Oh my god, congratulations, thank Christ you're here.
Funnily enough, the same winner from the last giveaway we had.
Really?
Yeah, he got the book. Oh. He got the book. Well done, Drop. Take a look at our merch. What we'll do is we'll edit this so you were just the first choice. There we go. so
Hey, Drop Shadow.
Take a look.
So you know, you were the first choice in my house.
For all of us involved, that was exactly how we wanted it to go down. Take a look at the list of merch. Shoot me a DM through Discord, and we'll get something sent your way. Awesome. Okay. But if you're watching and you want to get a chance at our 2,000 follower giveaway, start following us just today. Follow us today. Great. Everyone happy with that? You're all gone quiet? You good?
It's good.
Okay.
It's just so intense. That was a very intense giveaway.
It was, wasn't it?
Very intense.
We did spin the wheel fewer times than I thought we were going to spin it, so that's great.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I subscribe to things that I never watch live, like on YouTube and stuff. So, It's not that
this
strange.
is like a paid subscription.
Oh, true. I'd be one of those people that subscribed and didn't watch live, for the record. I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a big ask to show up every single Monday. A lot of, like, our Patreon supporters, they specifically, I know quite a few of them that just watch in the week following, you know, since they get access to it a week before YouTube and stuff like that. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can watch it on your own time while you're doing something of your choice.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Drop Shadow. You're very lucky.
yeah. I'm just also in the chat just talking to Random about the cards, because there was an idea that we were going to be testing the new overlay, but can we do it now? We've got 5 minutes. Is there anything we can do right now? What do I need to do on my side to get that working? But it's only you and I can see it. Never mind. We'll do it. We'll just go live for a quick thing later in the week. I think that'll be the best way to do it. We'll just do that.
I want to ask. I don't know. What's a new cantrip to get? I wanted to ask the crew.
Oh, and also we just had a message from Waffles before when we started the break as well, because of course we did. And that message was, I'm sure you know it by now. It's just a friendly reminder that we're all beautiful people who are awesome. Thank you, Waffles. You're a fantastic supporter. Honestly, one of the best, I believe, a Patreon supporter and a freaking sub. So yeah, one of the VIP Dicey's. Dicey VIP. I can't remember what we called you.
One of the best around.
One of the best. It's like you, Calzone, friggin' Squished. A couple of you guys. QSD, I believe, is also a Patreon and sub. You guys are the best.
You're the best.
So what were you going to ask? Sorry, Joe? Cantrip?
Yeah. I don't know what to get. You know, there's one I can get called Guidance, and I'm like tossing up whether it would be great or annoying, which is basically just using it to help people with their ability checks. So I'm like, could be super awesome for the party, or would it just be like...
What does it do?
So basically you touch one willing creature, and the target can roll a d4 and add the number to one ability check of its choice. And it's a cantrip, so it doesn't even take a spell slot. So it's like, that could be useful like all the time in situations, but yeah.
Wait, so
kind of cool.
At any point or as they're doing it?
It lasts for a minute, so it's a concentration cantrip.
Okay.
Kind of cool, but then it's like...
The Mr. Stevens in the chat says guidance is pretty useful. You need to spam it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Like it's you'd have to remember to always be spamming it and always trying to like get the party to like remember to use it. Or but then would that be annoying for people to be like, oh, got to use guidance, you know?
Well, it's you're going to be the one that has to remind them because it only lasts a minute, right? So you need to be doing it at the time. So someone would be like, oh, I want to do this thing, and if you're not nearby, you can't help. But if you are nearby, you can just like give it to them for a minute, right? So it's something that you'd need to remember to be casting.
Yeah. I'm like, would that be cool or annoying and one more piece of admin to remember? And would the party like that, or would they just be like, I'd rather just roll the ability check and not have a little person touching me and giving me a D4 all the time?
I mean, D4's pretty good.
It's always nice to get a bonus, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is, but I'm against it.
What are your other?
I love
the other options? What else do you consider?
Just there's a lot of like damaging ones. I'm talking about cantrip options. I get a new cantrip, and I was wondering if I should get guidance, which lets me add a D4 to you guys' ability checks. But then I'm like, well,
right.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the downside?
I was worried, or just worrying that it'll be like, I don't know, a hindrance to the flow.
So it's only...
I need all the help I can get.
It's only ability checks.
Yeah, it's just ability checks.
All of them suck, if you haven't noticed.
Okay. Well, I'll put the text in the chat so people can see all the rules of it. But basically, I have to touch them, and then they get a bonus to the abilities.
Gray in the chat says it's very useful. Most parties will want to have someone that has it.
Yeah, it sounds fucking useful.
Yeah, it does. Everyone in the chat is like saying it's great. An extra D4 does help, says Waffles. He also says guidance is really good. Lyndon Hood says if you don't mind casting it all the time, it's great. You just got to remember that you're using it.
I don't mind casting it all the time. I just want to make sure that as a party, it's not going to be an annoyance.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you think like giving someone an extra possible 4 is annoying? Oh,
you've turned that failure into a success. That's annoying. And you need to speak for 10 seconds to do it.
Yeah. If you're worried about being annoying or something by casting it all the time, let's just think back to every time I tried to attack Sig and how he would always like, I just twist at the right angle and deflect it, blah, 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 every single fucking time. That's fine. It's fine. That's good.
Okay, well, maybe I'll grab it then.
Sounds like it was fine.
It sounds like you're over it. As in it was, it was great for the party, but as a DM, I was just like, how am I supposed to hurt this guy? It was frustrating. But that's good. It's great for him.
His ability was really effective at low levels.
Hugely effective.
Did he, was that like not just narrative, he had a thing that
he had a feat, I think. It was a feat he chose.
He took a feat that let him reduce damage
by 3.
I can't remember.
And early levels you're only ever doing like 4 or 5 damage anyway in general, so being able to half damage all the time or even negate it fully at the early levels was just, I just couldn't touch him. But that's good because he was a melee combat fighter that's up close and personal, was meant to tank damage, so he was playing it right. Yeah.
It was a good choice.
As a DM though, I was just like, I was still new to DMing, so I didn't homebrew much in the way of different enemy abilities. I just did what the game told me there was, and the game was just full of combat goblins, basically.
Just melee, right? So it wouldn't
melee
be as
goblins.
Handy if there were varying types of magical effects and damage.
Yeah. I could have easily messed them up with just a bunch of like spellcasters, but there weren't many spellcasters.
Yeah.
And I think the moment that there were, towards the very end of the game, there was like poison and spellcasters. That was when I finally started doing damage to them. Yeah, it was good. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. All right, should we get back into it?
Just quickly, everyone here is over 30, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Do you guys find that you just get like random pains all the time that are just like quite painful and very sudden, but go away and you're fine, and you have no idea what they are?
I was literally sitting at my desk today, and I just went, oh, and then it was gone. And then it was just gone, Yeah. So yes, I know that.
I just had like a stabbing pain in my rib cage, and I was like,
actually, no, I do get that now that you mention it.
Oh, okay.
I do get that.
Oh, under my rib cage. There's no important organs there, so I didn't factor it in. Of course, I make sense.
No, for me it'll be like a muscle. I can feel like a muscle twinging in my rib cage, and that's what's doing it.
Yeah, Squish said try being over 40. I mean, it's not a competition, but it does get worse.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. But also, Squish, 40 is also over 30, so yeah. Technically. All right, we're good to get into it.
I thought Squish was early 20s for some reason.
I didn't know he was over 40.
He's got that real early 20s vibe.
Yeah, I didn't know he was over 40. I met him in person after the Fate of Ison gig. And I did not think he was over 40. So there you go.
It's a compliment then.
That is a compliment. Thought he was over 50. Huh?
No. You're doing good. You're doing good, Squished.
Yeah, he is. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Are we happy to? Are we ready?
Yeah. I was going to say, are we going to have a long rest now?
We'll see.
Still deliberating.
We'll see. We'll see what's up.
Ooh, see.
Yeah.
Brilliant plans in the church.
All right, let's get you back in the church.
Is there meant to be music and stuff? Because I'm not hearing any.
There should be cicadas and stuff.
I'm not hearing anything.
You guys don't hear that?
No, nothing.
Have you got Sirenscape running?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it unlinked it somehow.
It only shows that I've connected to it.
I just noticed it's a little like link icon and it's broken, so it's clearly gone.
Oh no, that don't click that. That unlinks it. So I just clicked it.
Shit. I've been clicking it multiple times.
I just clicked it after you said that.
So now you need to.
We've made it much worse now.
Yep. Now you need to go back in
good.
and link it. Which I'm just going to just quickly.
It wasn't working already, so.
1 second, everyone. We'll just get those sounds going
Maybe
again.
this is why people who subscribe don't watch us live.
That's very true.
Accurate burn.
Link device. Let's get this going.
Thank you so much for being here.
For your merch of choice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Might I recommend going for the most expensive item on the menu?
Or the thing you just want. The thing you want is also good.
Yeah, go for the thing you want.
All right, so I've got so the sound is
Will
there.
be the most expensive thing.
You might need to close and reconnect, but there's been sound the whole time.
Oh.
Okay. All right, we're back. We're back at the church. Standing in the doorway is Esmeralda. I'm surprised to see you lot back, but I've been doing some digging, haven't I?
Have you? What have you dug?
Did you guys ever take a look up in the mansion?
Which one?
The Burgomaster's mansion. It's been.
Oh yeah.
It's been fully fucked now. It's been torn apart. There's a little hiding place. I heard there were rumours, right? There were rumours of flashing lights up in the attic area. I don't know if you guys. Pretty certain the DM told you about that a long time ago. But I heard stories of it, and I went up there, and there's a sight to behold. You've got to come. And she's like
great time.
She's. I mean, we can wait if you've got things you'd rather be doing.
Ollie, if you want to hang back with Irina, that's totally fine. Happy to go up.
Oh, now that you mention it, I will. Irina, should I stay or should I go?
I want to go see something amazing, but it is almost midnight, isn't it? Should it wait till morning, or is it simply so amazing we must see it immediately?
No, I'm sure it'll be there in the morning. It's quite indescribable. I'm not even quite sure what it is.
Ooh, I want to see.
I found it. There's a secret hideout up in the attic, and there's a lot of mess up there. And it looks like maybe there was a lot of research being done, magical research being done by one of the family members up there. There were living, but dead, like skeletal cats hanging around in there.
What?
And the Baron suddenly gets a little interested there. They were completely friendly, which absolutely baffled me. But I was tearing the place apart because the place was already being demolished in so many ways. The underneath one of the rugs was this crazy magical thing, circle of some sort, but I don't. And I was hoping maybe you guys knew what it might be.
The magic circle.
Like a circle, yes.
Oh.
It didn't seem to do anything. I didn't know what to do with it. But
do you mean like a hoop, like a hula hoop?
No,
like an item,
like on the ground, on the actual ground, not a physical thing, but something that was carved into the floorboards.
Well, this sounds like Brian all over, if I'm honest. You'd be loving the sound of that. Necromancy, wizardry, that's right up your alley, Brian.
I think by this point, Baron would absolutely have an inkling of what this could be, especially knowing the spell that he is taking on board when he gets back with us next week. So, he's definitely got his interests peaked at this point.
Well, maybe we should make our way there in the morning.
Yes, we can absolutely. It'll be there in the morning. It'll be fine.
Yes, well, will
Great.
you stay here tonight with us? I mean, Esmeralda?
Well, I'm probably going to go down and get shit-faced at the tavern, and then I'll...
Oh. At this hour, you're a wild woman.
Things are only getting started over there.
Oh my! Well, maybe we should go.
Esme,
Oh, so you've
you're
got
not
time for that, you do? You don't have time for the great magical circle, but...
Oh, you're so passive
Esme.
aggressive.
Esme,
Never mind.
have you been to the tavern lately? Are they selling any new drinks down there?
Oh, Morley, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised to see what they've got going on down there.
Okay, I'll ask you straight. Are they selling a drink?
Morley's mother. They've got
Oh,
it.
my God.
Yeah, they're selling it by the barrel. Well, not selling it. They're giving it away.
By the barrel?
They don't really sell. The Wizards of Wine have never really made a profit. They give their wines and stuff. So they've been creating and giving.
Wholesale.
Yeah, you know that. Like Barovia, no one has money in Barovia, and the whole all of the wine was just given away as well. So it's never
I
been.
didn't know that. I don't want to go, too far into the economics of it all, but
There's like no money in Barovia. There's like it's completely
what
and
have we
utterly
been paying
impossible.
for shit then? We must have, when Americans come to New Zealand and go out to dinner at Cobb & Co. I'll just leave you a $20 tip for bringing us that bowl of bread. Thanks very much. They're like fucking big spenders. We take it for a mug.
Well, I've lost my appetite for the idea of a party now that I've been shamed by Esmeralda. I suppose I'll go to bed after all.
I mean, we can have a bit of a wild night, American.
Well, it's more Brian's thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think he's pretty keen to head off for a drink as well, for sure.
David Lee Roth, he's already out the door.
He's like filling up his magical jug or whatever it is, the pitcher.
I get the feeling that what Shannon would say from the Baron would be like, why don't we just pop down to the mansion and take a quick look and then head to the tavern?
Okay.
I feel like
that way I won't be shamed by Esmeralda, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I feel like that is what she would Shannon would suggest. Does that sound right? I feel like it is, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to have to tell Baron, you're not taking that jug into the pub, are you? It's a bit gauche to bring your own to publican's house.
They might like it. They probably love it.
Yeah, especially considering apparently everything's fucking
we could contribute.
No, that's the wrong person. They finally managed to get some wine in there as well. It's finally livening up in Barovia again.
That's good. Who's running the place now? It's me.
There isn't a Burgomaster yet. There's some kind of voting or something happening at the moment, I believe. It was looking quite strong for the tavern master or something. The man who
Davian's
runs.
son. Yeah.
Okay, and there was I think there it was looking really good at first, and then as word. It's only been a week. What do you expect? When there was word of your misfortune, which, by the way, I'm very happy to see you. Very happy to see you. But with the word of your misfortune, I think there was some trust lost in Davian's son.
Well, who they voted for instead?
But with you back, I think Davian's son might be in with a chance. Who was instead? There was the Lady, what was her name? There was
Vesta.
quite a. Was that her name? She
Vesta.
has some sons, and one of the sons was
Did she?
putting up his hand, wanting to write, try and clear the Vesta name, I believe.
Oh.
You'll never. Oh, I almost forgot. You'll never guess what they found in their house shortly after Lady Vesta. The sons had no idea. It was all the word down in here a few days after you left. Mr. Vesta, Lady Vesta's long deceased husband, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
She'd been keeping him in their bed.
Oh.
Oh.
Keeping him in the bed the whole time. The boys had no idea. I mean, why would they? Would they never go into their mother's bedroom? That'd be strange. But stranger still was that the father was there the whole time.
He's alive.
Completely deceased.
Oh, the body was there.
The body was there.
Oh, that's disgusting, Esmeralda.
He finally got the burial that they wanted, that they assumed they'd given him so many years prior.
Oh my.
Well, that's got to have harmed the old election chances, surely.
I think the fact that they gave him a good sending off and they got the whole town behind how evil their mother was, but the two brothers were not evil, and they wanted to help get that sort of restore the family name. And I think that Erwin is Davian's son's name, I believe. I think Erwin was leading the people's hearts for quite a while there, and then but it was all based on the backing of your crew, and then when your crew disappeared, and the word of your deaths had gone through the village, everyone started maybe thinking the Vesta boys were the way to go.
Oh, well, spread the word at the tavern tonight, then.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be celebrations to be had. Now, I actually, you were talking, I was waiting at the door, just trying to find the right time to interject with my presence. There was words you guys are wanting an army, is that right?
God, ears of a bat.
I was right back at the door. I don't know why you didn't notice.
We were just discussing that, actually, about whether it's right to invoke a war against Strahd and drag all these innocent people of Barovia in. But I'm sure some were combat ready.
And don't mind me, being a Vistani, I have some questions. Irina was mentioning that you'd been looking for some items. Is that right? And looking for some items to help you defeat Strahd. A Vistani lady gave you a card reading? Is that right? And you've been following around her every word, trying to get these items, is that right?
Oh yes.
Mirakin, tell me more. What is it that you've been looking for?
We have been given many prophecies, some of which have borne fruit, in fact. Molly, show your sword. It's quite amazing.
What? Oh, my regular old short sword. Yes. Here it is. It's the run-of-the-mill sword. Or is it? And then I'm going to use my bonus section to just out the splitters on it. Hey! All that!
Absolutely blinding light just lights up the church. Everyone gasps. Esmeralda, and you found that from the reading. Is that right?
Yes, I believe
Well, it certainly
so.
pointed us in the right direction. As you would know, Esmeralda, these things are fairly cryptic, so, it wasn't without a fair deal of investigating.
That's kind of what I was getting at, Morley. I'm glad you picked up on that one. I've got my own set of Tarocca cards as well. I do know to do my own readings as well. Do you remember the cards? Do you remember the cards that you were given in the order that you were given in them? I'm just checking in.
Oh, yes, I do. Our first card was History, the Merchant. Do you know of this card?
Let me get some information as well. Let me just bring up some stuff here. Fortunes. So the first card was what? Did you say, was it?
History, the merchant.
Was there a number? Normally they have numbers. and she's flicking through her cards as well.
You say you've done this before.
Let me take a look. There's a merchant card, you say?
Yes.
Merchant. Let's take a look. I've got to have it here somewhere. It's definitely because the first card. It is normally about the history, and in the case of Strahd, it would be knowledge of the ancient, to help you understand him a bit better. So let's have a quick. Why is it not here? Star. She's flicking through stars. Coins. Who's a master of coins? The glyphs. It's. Why do I not have this one?
I'm just watching her with like
flicking like
eager. Yes. Go on.
So this was for the Tome of Strahd. Oh, I know what I'm looking for. It was the 4 of something else. The merchant. The merchant is the name of the card. It's the No, I do have it here. So I was thinking of the 4 of the fourth. I haven't looked at these cards. If it was the 4 of coins, it was a seek. And I believe. And she flicks through and she places that card down on the table. She says, "Oh yes. You're looking for a cask of some sort. Is that right? Something of there's nothing like an empty cask is what I'm seeing in the card here."
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. We were told about where the finest wine was once made.
And that's right, the finest wine. You can see from the picture of the jewellery of the ladies wearing in this card here that the finest wine and the emptiest of casks. Have you found? Is that what the other Vistani mentioned? Is that right? Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
So Madame Ava mentioned this finest wine was once made.
Okay, how about the your second card there? I'll be a little bit faster, I'm sure. This time. This was the second card in the reading is usually is about a powerful force, that of good or evil. It's normally like a holy symbol of hope is normally what the second card would denote.
What time does this boozer shut?
It's not going to take long, Morley. Just relax. It's not going to take much longer.
Well, Bill has something on hand. Our triumphant interpretation, I should think.
What was the card?
The holy symbol of great hope, the healer.
Oh, yes, the healer. And as you can tell by the card, she places it on the top of the deck and shows it to you. As you can tell from the card as well, I'm not sure if this is the same, if it looks familiar to you. You're looking for a pool blessed by the light. Does that ring a bell? Is that what you were told?
Yes, and we found it.
May I take a look, Bill? Just hold it. I don't need to take it. I just would like to. That is magnificent. That is crazy. This is great. The third card, usually a card of power and strength. What did we have?
This one didn't work out so well for us. This was an ally, the innocent.
No. The third card should be a weapon of some sort.
Oh, okay. This one worked out great. Morley's already showing you that.
Oh, the sun sword that you've got there. Okay, and I'm seeing from the card. Where did you find that? It was
upstairs in the windmill in a pile of ash.
The windmill.
That's
Yes. Okay. All right, yes, I'm seeing that there. I see a lonely, the card, it's a lonely mill on a precipice. That's right. And you found it, the top of that windmill. This is, whoever read you your cards has done a very, very good job. The fourth, Strahd, is, yes, what were you saying, American? Because the fourth card here would be one who might help. Or, in a battle against darkness.
This one seemed to be an enigma to us. We met a boy who we thought the prophecy foretold of, but we were met with a dead end.
Do you remember what the card was?
The innocent.
When it comes to the specific placing of this card, American, some of the cards can be read right way up and wrong way up. So you spin them around, you can read them a slightly different way. Do you remember the way that this card was read?
Do I? Because I don't.
Well, you remember probably not that, but you remember what it was, what it denoted, like what Madame Ava told you.
Mm.
And so what were you told about this card?
A young man with a kind heart, a mother's boy. He is strong in body but weak in mind. Seek him out in the village of Barovia, which we did. And
she holds the card up, and you can see the card of the innocent. And you can see what looks to be quite an innocent-looking boy. And it's one of those designs that when she turns it the other way round, it takes on a different appearance, a more feminine appearance. And, what is now the chin of the boy is now the forehead of the girl. And that's one of those images that can be flipped. She said, the thing with this card is that it can be read both ways. And yes, you're right. The way that you've had it read, I believe a mother's boy, I believe, as you mentioned, is one of weak of mind but strong of body. But you see, when we read the card this way, she turns it over, you can see it's a more feminine visage, and when read this way, it means that you're looking out for the bride of evil. Evil's bride. Be the one you seek.
Oh, you're joking. Well, we know who that is.
Can you give me an investigation roll, please, Adam?
Yes. It is a something plus 6. It's always in the way for a total of 15.
Perfect. You take the card out of Madame Ava's, out of Esmeralda's hand, and you take a look at it. Now that you're seeing it this way up, you notice the dark hair on this. That kind of, when it was the other way around, it looked like a dark shirt or a dark jacket. But now this way up, it looks like a dark sort of head of hair. And the feminine faces, they look almost exactly like Irina to you.
That's not who I thought it was going to be. Morley's like just very confused by this and also kind of worried.
Is everything okay over there, Morley?
Yeah, it's fine, but I think you should hear this.
Yes, what does...
Esmeralda, can you shed any more light on this? We already know who this could be, and she's standing right there.
And Esmeralda looks over, and she's, I didn't even put the two and two together. I'll be honest. But this card and the placement of the card specifically means that the card would shed light on who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. Strahd's, in this case, Strahd, his greatest foe. It's you, Irina. And Irina sort of stops and takes a couple of steps backwards into the church. She says, "Oh no, I'm not ready to What do you mean? So it can't be me. I'm not ready to fight Strahd. There's nothing I can't do anything about this. And she's starting to get quite flustered. Are you sure you're reading? Are you sure it's not the boy from the Barovian village? It can't be me. Surely. Maybe it's you that's wrong. Maybe it's not Madame Ava. Maybe you've read that wrong, Esmeralda. Look, I haven't done a reading for quite some time, but I think it's pretty obvious, if you ask me. I think it's clear. You're the one he's looking for. You're the only one that can help take him out. He's been hunting what's inside you, your very soul, for centuries, Irina. I think you are the one that needs to put an end to all this. I reckon we'll call it there for the night. I think that's a good ending spot for the night.
Oof.
That one felt heavy. That felt like a heavy revelation.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, having to miss out on Periwinkle. This is disgusting.
You know what this means, don't you? We need to go back to Barovia and try doubly hard to get Periwinkle on board.
That's so true. New mission.
I was like holding on to this idea that he'd been like holding on to your words this entire time, and when you finally go to fight, he's just going to be there anyway. Periwinkle will just get killed, like straight off.
Oh god!
What?
It's Barovia. The darkness always takes over. No, I was not going to do that. I just thought that'd be funny. Man, we haven't had a good actual quiet ending to an episode in a while. I think that's great. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys okay?
I feel like we've tied up way more loose ends than we thought we had. Like it felt quite unresolved, I suppose. But after hearing all of that, actually, it's pretty clear now.
Feels like we've got some things that we had kind of decided upon that might now need to be up in the air. There's nothing this group loves more than re-litigation.
Yeah, when I was prepping for this session, I was like, it really felt like we're opening we're turning the first page of that last chapter. Like it really feels like we're in that last part now, which is awesome, which is exciting. Yeah. Yeah, but we need to have a think about what's next. I guess you guys talked about having some downtime, which I think makes some good sense. So you can figure out what you need to have prepared before you head off to have dinner with Strahd, or even if you're going to have dinner with Strahd, if you're going to try and find a means to sneak in, as someone mentioned. Yeah, lots to think about. Waffle said, "Good game." I agree. I thought that was a really good session, actually. And I've been trying so hard not to say and kinda as much. I think I'm doing a better job of that. Finally, after 3 years. So that's good. Yeah. Drop Shadow, don't forget to get in. Oh, dude, if you listen to the podcast, I'm just like, oh, there we go. Even
I
that,
don't.
Just like
I don't.
I know.
I never would.
Trust me, I know.
Okay.
I can tell by our listener numbers. Okay. Drop Shadow, do get in touch about what you'd like from the merch store, and we'll get that to you. I think that'd be awesome. Tea in that last dark purple color. Hey, cool. The Curse of Strahd lineup tea. That is an incredibly good choice. We can get that out to you for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you guys, Joe, how'd you feel about that session?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. And there's a lot going on, I think, is the takeaway. For me. There's just so much to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And like when they started getting into the politics of Barovia, I'm like, oh god, do we need to like sort this out? Because I'm a bit worried about this now. And then I'm like, oh, the werewolves kidnapping children. It kind of feels bad to like not help them, but like, do we take Ismark to the castle and serve him up on a platter to Strahd? Lots of questions.
Well, I think the interesting thing, I don't know if you remember, but because it was a long time ago, but the whole issue and situation with the werewolves is that you guys ended up just like killing the one that was mainly in cahoots with Strahd. He was the one that was Strahd's tie to the werewolves. So we don't even know how that has affected the werewolves and their standings.
Yeah, like I said, there's like so much going on.
Squished said that your computer's been behaving a lot better, Joe. Did we threaten it? I changed some settings on Video Ninja side that has helped immensely. Like, it's not using 100% of my CPU anymore, which is great. Yeah, really good. It's like not even 50% now. So I don't know how one setting changed that so badly, but it did. So it's great. Way better now.
Yeah.
Okay. Any sort of takeaways from that, John? You enjoyed that?
Yeah, that's great. Like I said, I think it felt like we tied a bunch of stuff together that I wasn't expecting, because I thought we were going to head to Strahd's castle with a bunch of loose ends, basically, and then just kind of accept it. But it feels, it was quite cool to be like, this is what that meant. And
yeah, I think it's very unlikely that players do everything in this campaign. Just kind of like the one that we played that you DM, John, Storm King's Thunder. You know, there are certain things that just aren't important in the same way now than they may have been when you first came into Barovia. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't imagine you'll wrap everything up, at least not before whatever final showdown with Strahd looks like.
We can change him.
Yeah.
And I suppose we don't really know yet if the dinner is the final showdown or if the dinner is just like a dinner.
Yeah. Even I have no idea, to be honest. I've got no idea. Because if that's the case, because I've been running through in my head a bunch of different possibilities, which is if you want the skull, then you can't go for dinner to fight him. You know what I mean?
I don't want to go to dinner to fight him because I feel like we still want to like tidy up that and maybe do some other stuff as well, and then maybe come back if it works out. But I don't suppose you'll give us a grand tour and leave us unattended to take whatever we like. So
yeah. But I can say that maybe things will happen in the next few sessions that change your mind about the order of things.
Okay.
And that's the most I can say about that, I guess. Depends on a lot of things. Like I said, I've run a lot of different thoughts, a lot of different scenarios through my head. And it's like, there's so many things that you could do that change any expectations I have and vice versa. So we'll just have to take it as it comes. But I definitely think we're on the road to the end now, which is it's such a really nice feeling. Like this session was the kickoff of that. It really, really felt like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about Kasimir. I'm very disturbed.
Yeah. So he straight up just looks like a corpse now. I don't want to lead you guys down any paths with that. The dark gift that he got, the payoff was that he will forever look like a corpse. That's it.
Yeah, he seems so chill. He's very chill about it.
Yeah, he's not a corpse and he's not undead, but his body has reverted to that of a corpse.
I'm not a corpse.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when he says he's fine, he's just normal old Kasimir on the inside.
Yeah.
So he's traded basically his physical being for this power to revive his sister.
Yeah.
He just seems so chill about it though. He loves it.
Well, he's got the bigger picture in mind, right?
Yeah. Apparently.
He's been living basically hermited away for hundreds of years at that camp, and with only one thing on his mind, which is bring his sister back. What's looking dead to someone who's going to be able to bring his sister back to life? It's that bigger picture. Doesn't care. Doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Doesn't care at all.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Like, why would he care?
Would you say he cares or
He's
not?
fine.
I'm like, American developed a start of an attraction to him, but I'm like, ooh, a bit of a deal breaker now, actually.
That's right. I forgot about that. I was actually wondering where that was going to go.
But he just seems like very detached from it all. So I'm just like, okay, well, he's fine. He's fine.
Thank you. You get it. He's fine. And I do love taking the opportunity to talk about how great Bill looks at every chance now.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
You've certainly done that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good to. I need to make sure people are reminded it was a very specific thing. It's a very specific power.
We've been reminded.
But trust me, when
Absolutely
people say no to John, I will also be reminding as well. That's what Bill I should say.
Greg was in raptures. He anointed you a Knight of the Realm just for showing up.
Yeah.
And the snow. I love when you painted that thing about the snow. Instead of actually matting it down, you really look even cooler.
Yeah, it's perfect. Drop Shadow just dropped 1,000 bits on us. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you the support of the crew, the fact that we had that giveaway was just to celebrate the fact that we got to 1,000 followers. And, I'm really glad it went to someone who has supported us for so long as well. So it would have been QSD, but instead Drop Shadow. glad that you were around to make sure that you got that as well. It's really, your support is fantastic. You're an awesome guy. But anyway, let's call it there. Let's. I think we're all here for next week. I know that, Adam, you've got a couple of weeks coming up that we won't have you, but I believe next week you will be here.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. All right, we'll see you all at the same time next time. Don't forget to check out our YouTube where all of our previous sessions are. Come say hi in our Discord because we would love for you to stop on by. There's the link in the chat. Obviously, the merch underneath the channel. Check that out and pick something up for one of your loved ones or something. And check out our podcast anywhere that podcasts are available. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week, same time.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Bye.
See you all.